What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, YouTube sensation Logan Paul, who had a dream come true when he faced legendary Hall of Fame, retired former pound for pound king, former pay-per-view king, former 5-division world champion who fought more world champions in the history of sport of boxing than anybody. He fought him and beat him, and he retired 50-0, undefeated Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. With that said, Logan Paul, he got the opportunity of a lifetime to box Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition bout, in which it was a 8 3-minute round fight. No headgear, knockdowns and knockouts was allowed. No judges, only referee could stop the fight. With that said, Floyd Mayweather, he went the distance with Logan Paul. That took place June 6th, this past Sunday. And it got a lot of criticism. A lot of people, they questioned, did Floyd Mayweather carry him? The first 2 rounds, Floyd Mayweather wasn't throwing any punches. So a lot of people felt like Floyd Mayweather was carrying him. Now, Logan Paul obviously was a much bigger guy. Floyd Mayweather being 44 years of age, being 5'8", coming in weighing at 155 pounds with a 72-inch arm reach. Logan Paul is 23 years old. So Floyd Mayweather was 21 years older than Logan Paul. Okay, Floyd Mayweather is 5'8", Logan Paul is 6'2". Logan Paul, he weighed in at 190 pounds and rehydrated to 200 pounds. Well over 200 pounds, okay? He's an athlete. He has a background in wrestling, a background in football, and he did so at a high level, okay? He's not just a fly-by-night guy who just got up off his couch for an exhibition with Floyd Mayweather. He takes the sport of boxing serious. Now, he only had one fight with another YouTuber in KSI, in which Logan Paul, he lost that fight. But he takes it serious. He works out serious. You can see he's a very in-shape guy, and he came to survive, okay? He didn't come to put on or try to actually win the fight. He came to survive and experience the experience of being in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather, at times, he tried to turn it on. He tried to get him out of there. And then it ran rampant that there was a video that showed that Floyd Mayweather caught him with a 2-punch combination, and he was actually knocked out on his feet. And before he fell, Floyd Mayweather caught him in a clinch and held him up from him falling to carry the fight for entertainment value, okay? Entertainment purposes. With that said, it went viral. It went, it went wildfire, okay? And with that said, Logan Paul, he has now responded to that, and he says it's absolutely, absolutely not true. And he says that Floyd Mayweather did put a hurting on him the entire fight. He says he got a lot of good, clean, hard punches in on me, but I was not knocked out on my feet. I understood. He said at that moment, he described what took place. He said he hit him with 2 big, clean punches on the inside. He says that he fell forward. He was leaning forward to clinch and hold on to Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather was trying to essentially get his weight up off of him. Okay, so they were tied up in the inside. He says he was not out on his feet. He remembered getting hit with the 2 big, clean punches. He said they did hurt him. He says, but he was not knocked out. He was there to survive. He says my clinch game was on point. So he let it be known that he was able to clinch, he was able to hold on, and that he absolutely was not knocked out on his feet. I saw the clipping, and it looked like he fell forward. He says that, there's no way Floyd Mayweather could have kept me up, until I came back to my senses. And, it was a quick, we didn't see the whole footage of that actual situation. It's a clip going around. You got to actually watch the fight to try to catch it. So he says that, he would have fell, essentially, if that was the case, because he's a much bigger guy, and his weight was falling forward, and it would have been dead weight at that point on top of it. So I have to agree with him. I don't believe that he was knocked out. I do believe he took 2 big punches, and maybe he was hurt in that situation, and he leaned forward to clinch Floyd Mayweather. It does look like Floyd Mayweather was trying to attempt to hold him up, but I don't believe that at that point in time, at that gesture in the fight, that Floyd Mayweather was trying to keep him up to keep the fight going, because Floyd Mayweather, you can see, he started getting frustrated with all the clinching and the tying up, and he started to jaw at Logan Paul and the referee and tell him, stop holding me. He's holding me. He's trying to survive. So if Floyd Mayweather, you could see his competitive nature, and you could see the switch was turned on, that he wanted to essentially knock out Logan Paul. He did not want to let that fight go to 8 rounds. His competitive nature, he did not want to let a YouTuber go 8 rounds. By no means, by no stretch of the imagination. Now, maybe he didn't want it to be over in the first 2 rounds because then he would feel like he didn't give the fans his money worth. So essentially, he wanted to carry the fight. Something similar to what he did when he fought UFC legendary icon superstar in Conor McGregor when they fought. Okay, you can see at times he just wasn't turning it on, but when he flipped on that switch, the difference between Logan Paul and Conor McGregor is that Conor McGregor is a combat athlete, and this is what he does. So he tried to respond. Conor McGregor was trying to give Floyd Mayweather feedback. He was trying to fight back because he actually thought he can win the fight. Logan Paul, he wasn't giving Floyd Mayweather any feedback, any openings. He was just there simply to survive. So that is the huge difference between Conor McGregor and Logan Paul. Now, he carried Conor McGregor in that fight, but when he flipped the switch, he was able to have the success, that being Floyd Mayweather against Conor McGregor, to ultimately knock out Conor McGregor. Why? Because Conor McGregor, not because Logan Paul is better than Conor McGregor, it's because Conor McGregor felt as if he had an opportunity to win the fight still, and he was fighting back. And so there, Floyd Mayweather was given openings. In this case, Logan Paul is not better combat athlete than Conor McGregor. He's bigger than Conor McGregor. He may be stronger than Conor McGregor. But Conor McGregor, he knows how to take punches, kicks, knees, and elbows, okay? So if Floyd Mayweather can knock out Conor McGregor, you best believe he can knock out Logan Paul. With that said, Conor McGregor wasn't there to survive. It's very difficult to knock out a person if they're just simply there to survive. And this is what took place with Logan Paul. He was simply there to survive. So he kept clinching. 1 punch, clinch. 2 punch, clinch. Floyd Mayweather land a punch, immediately you're reaching out and you're clinching. And him having the size advantage over Floyd Mayweather being a little guy, and him having a background in wrestling, he knows how to tie up. He knows how to hold on. Now, there was times that Floyd Mayweather was still getting in body work. Floyd Mayweather was landing combinations. But I see people, they were saying that Floyd Mayweather was purposely missing punches. That was not the case. We have to understand that Floyd Mayweather's timing is simply off dramatically. He's this much smaller guy. He has a much smaller, shorter reach than, well, not much shorter, nearly a 2-inch arm reach disadvantage for Floyd Mayweather. But he had to work hard to get the punches into a taller guy, okay, who at Floyd Mayweather, this gesture in his career, is somewhat flat-footed. He's not as quick as he used to be. He's not 22, 24 years old. He's 44 years old. So he's not as athletic and as quick, and his reflexes aren't the same to be able to see an opening and then, be able to accurately, land a punch when the opening presents itself. He's just not simply that guy anymore. And he didn't train. He said he trained 2 times a week. He didn't take it completely serious like it was really counting against the, ranking system. He said he did something similar to with Conor McGregor, because he knows he can flip the switch. He knows this is second nature for him, okay? It's not for these guys, and it's an exhibition. So, he could flip the switch, but the fact is, when he saw the openings and he went to react, he's not as quick as he used to be, and Logan Paul, having a background in wrestling, football, he knows how to react, how to tie up. So he immediately reached out, him being a bigger, stronger guy, that had an effect on Floyd Mayweather, okay? And Floyd Mayweather, like I said, you can visibly see him getting frustrated. He started jawing at Logan Paul, started jawing at the referee, telling the referee, listen, he's holding, get him to stop holding, right? And immediately after that, Floyd Mayweather landed a punch to the body, and he went right back to holding, okay? He was there to survive. So Floyd Mayweather, he landed 2 clean punches in that clip where you can see it looks like Logan Paul may have been knocked out on his feet. But as Logan Paul stated, he was not out on his feet. Floyd Mayweather being a smaller guy and him having, that unaccountable weight, meaning that it was dead weight, because he would have just been falling forward. And with his size, Floyd Mayweather that quickly wouldn't have held up Logan Paul for Logan Paul to regain his senses, to regather himself to continue to fight. So Logan Paul, he pushed that to rest, but he did say, Floyd Mayweather absolutely put a beat down on me, and he landed a lot of big, clean punches on me. I just was not knocked out. I wasn't knocked out on my feet. He didn't hold me up. That is all not true. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for you. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.